Chapter 1. Ciphered Hearts Collide. The story begins where most endings are written in the quiet moments before everything changes. A single sheet of paper folded neatly into the pocket of a worn-out blazer carries more weight than the entire library of King's College. It is 1931, and the air in Cambridge hums with the promise of something unseen, something that will alter the course of history. Alan Turing, a young man with a mind sharper than the blades of brass beneath his feet, does not yet know that this letter will be the first cipher in a code he will spend a lifetime trying to break. The letter is from Christopher Morcom, a boy whose laughter once echoed through the halls of Sherborne School, whose eyes held the same restless curiosity as the stars he studied. Christopher is gone now, taken too soon by the cruel indifference of tuberculosis, but his words linger like a ghost in the margins of Alan's thoughts. I wonder if you've ever considered the nature of time, Christopher had written, his handwriting looping elegantly across the page. It is not a river, but a puzzle we are all trying to solve. Alan traces the words with his fingertips, as if he might decipher something new in the ink. He has read this letter 100 times, yet each reading reveals another layer, another clue to a love that exists only in the spaces between the lines. Christopher never spoke of love in plain terms, but then neither did Alan. Theirs was a language of mathematics, a shared glance over textbooks of whispered theories about the universe that no one else seemed to understand. The world outside is a blur of black and white photographs, men in suits, women in hats, the distant rumble of a motor car on the cobblestones. But inside Alan's mind, everything is in color, the golden light of a summer afternoon, the way Christopher's hair caught the sun like spun gold, the way his voice softened when he spoke of poetry instead of physics. Alan has always been better with numbers than with words, but Christopher taught him that even the most precise equations could not capture the chaos of the heart. A knock at the door startles him from his reverie. It is his mother, her face lined with concern. "Alan," she says, her voice gentle but firm, "you've been staring at that letter for hours. It'll ruin your eyesight." He folds the paper carefully, tucking it back into his pocket like a seeker. "I was just thinking," he murmurs. She sighs, knowing better than to press. Alan has always been a private person, his thoughts as tightly guarded as the codes he will one day break. But she sees the way his fingers linger on the fabric of his jacket, as if he might lose himself in the memory of Christopher's touch. The years pass like the turning of pages in a book, each one bringing new discoveries and new losses. Alan throws himself into his work, into the world of logic and machines. But the letter remains. It is a relic of a love that was never fully realized, a love that exists only in the margins of history. He tells himself that it doesn't matter, that love is a distraction from the greater problems of the world. But the truth is, he cannot forget the way Christopher's eyes lit up when he spoke of the stars, or the way his laughter made the air feel lighter. By the time the war comes, Alan is a man of science, a man who has dedicated his life to unraveling the mysteries of the universe. But in the quiet moments, when the world is asleep, and the only sound is the of a distant radio, he still thinks of Christopher. He wonders what his friend would have made of the world now, of the machines that can think, of the codes that can be broken. He wonders if Christopher would have understood the weight of the secrets Alan carries. And then, one evening, as the moon casts its silver glow over the rooftops of Bletchley Park, Alan receives another letter. It is not from Christopher. Of course, Christopher has been gone for years. But the handwriting is familiar, the words carefully chosen, as if the writer is trying to say something without saying it at all. "I've been thinking about you," the letter reads, "about the way you look at the world, as if you're trying to solve a puzzle no one else can see." Alan's breath catches in his throat. He knows this voice, this rhythm of thought. It is not Christopher, but it is someone who understands the language of his heart. And for the first time in years, he feels the stirrings of something he thought he had lost for hope of connection, the possibility of love. The letter is unsigned, but Alan knows who it is from. It is a cipher, a code meant only for him. And as he reads the words again, he realizes that this is the beginning of something new, something that will change everything. The story is not over. It has only just begun.